Welcome to Socially Unfiltered,
That's the sleaziest tactic I have ever heard.
I cannot believe they would say that to you.
an open discussion all about social media, entrepreneurship, pop culture, and everything in between.
We're just some DIY girlies.
It costs $0 to support your friends.
You'll go on deep dives and doom scrolls with your hosts, Lex and V, to uncover the stories behind the headlines and look at everything through an unfiltered lens.
I want to relive the 2000s.
Not the trauma dumping on a Monday.
So grab a drink and get ready for a lot of yapping. Don't worry, there's no quiz at the end.
Strategy is such a buzzword.
English isn't my first language, so that's my excuse.
This is the Socially Unfiltered Podcast.
Again. Oh, yeah, I had one good day, and now it's waning again.
Amazing. Amazing.
Like, I'm so tired of it.
Well, soon we'll be in Dallas with the weather. But
And
then
80
after that, you'll
degrees.
be here
Oh my god, I know.
with amazing weather.
My god. Like, this is so depressing. It's got me
Oh,
me
your
reflecting
feels?
and not romanticizing.
I don't know. A good thunderstorm is good for like reflecting and thinking of every choice you've ever made in your entire life.
I just feel bad for Benny because he just doesn't get to go outside when it's raining. I honestly need to get him one of those cute little rain jackets that have like ducks on them or something.
Nugs used to have rain boots, and he
Oh my God.
literally wouldn't walk in them. Like he would like.
I put my socks on Benny's feet the other night because he kept stealing them. So I was like, all right, you're gonna freaking wear them then.
You're gonna wear it if you're gonna.
And he was literally, I need to post it on TikTok because it was so funny. He was literally like, it was so funny. It was
like,
so
"Get these off
awkward.
of my tootsies."
Yeah, he didn't like that.
Poor baby. But yeah, today we'll talk about reflecting, romanticizing our lives, how we're living these days. You know,
What's up, bug? How you living?
how we're holding on. No, that was last week. Last week was mental health. No, I think we'll just talk a little bit more about how I feel like have been living life very differently the last year, few months.
Slow life is the life for us.
Slow living, beach life, coastal grandma. I really am in my coastal grandma era. Like,
Yes, you are.
I don't mean
Now
to be.
the last step is moving to the Cape.
Or moving the Cape down here.
Fair. Either or, I'm good with. Yeah, I feel like it has been a year probably of us both just
Chilling.
going from and some of it, as some of y'all know, was not our choice. I think life sometimes just forces you to slow down, and you lose clients, and maybe you lose
Jobs,
jobs and clients
people, and life, and your sanity. Literally just lose it all eventually.
and it kind of forces you to take a step back and do a little reflecting. And honestly, after going from this like hustle, which like I think we still are hustling, and like, but now I think we've established such a like balance with it where we aren't just in the constant like hustle and bustle of things. Like, I feel like we are actually letting ourselves take time off and like enjoying things and being present and like slowing down, even doing like slower workouts. Like, all of that I feel like goes into how we've changed this year. And it's just like crazy to think how we used to work
Live.
and operate and live. Yeah. Like,
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I still like when I sit down and clock in, like I'm in go mode. Like,
yeah.
but I just feel like a little over a year ago, I know we were also having this conversation about like us just not being as present on social media last New Year's, so a year and a half ago. I know we were talking about it then, but in the last oh my God, hold on. Somebody's walking up and the dogs are gonna bark. Hold on. Just a package.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Speaking of
I think.
package, I just sent you a photo. Look at how they put one of our packages
Oh God,
sitting on the mailbox,
stop.
soaking
That's so
wet.
funny.
Like, thank you.
I mean, I
Thanks
hope it's
so
not
much.
anything that's like,
Oh, it was coffee. So great. Espresso
oh,
beans.
I hope
And
it's in
they
a
were a little
waterproof
wet.
container.
They were in a paper bag. So I'm like, sick. Anyway.
Anyway, I think like where I was going with that is like over a year ago, we were, I think, just in a very different place of like, I have to wake up, I have to make content, I have to spread the word about social media, I have to help other people get into this industry, I have to help. Like, I think we were just like constantly trying to go. And I think over the last year, like whether it was by choice or not by choice, we've just both been forced to like kind of take a step back and be like, what of what you're doing needs to go and what needs to stay. And like while you are being forced to take this slower season of life, like what are you going to prioritize, and like does it need to be posting on social media all the time? This is just one example, obviously. I just think it plays into where we were like a year ago, a little over a year ago. Again, I know we weren't like as much in like the active posting at that time, but I think we were still both like, well, we need to be doing that, like we need to get back to doing that, and we need to like make sure we're staying consistent and doing this and doing that. And I think we just have taken some time to figure out what works for us. I know in the last year I've spent more time working on like just like smaller projects, like maybe things that don't even have to do with like work or social media or anything, just like focusing on getting like other aspects of life together, if that makes sense. But definitely just not prioritizing, I think, as much of like the forward facing things, which pros and cons. Have I had as many inquiries in my business over the last year? No, not even close. But have I had more time than I have literally ever had in my life? Yeah. So pros and cons.
I know there really is so many pros and cons. And every time I think I'm going to make my comeback to social media and start posting like social media content and like trying to get more inquiries, I don't know why my heart's just not in that. And like, I do love working with my clients and like, I do enjoy what I'm doing. So it's like, obviously, you have to do one or you have to do one to get the other. It's like any business owner, you have to be on social media, you have to be creating content to be getting clients and to be making sales and whatever. So it's like practicing what you preach, but it's also hard when I feel like you've done it for so many years of like that hustle and like consistently posting that now I'm like, I want to create content when I feel like it and what like makes me excited to make content and not just like, oh, I have to post this. I think we just went from a mentality of like, I have to do this to like, I get to do this and I get to do that. And you get to do the things that you want to do. But I think once we get into like a mindset of like, I have to do something, it makes you not want to do that thing like 10 times more when you're like telling yourself constantly that you have to do something. I almost think it's just like a psychological thing of the way you like speak about things or the way you frame things. Like, oh, I have to go to my workout class this morning. Like, no, you don't have to. Like, you get to. You get to get up. You get to go move your body. You get to release endorphins. And I think just changing like the way you speak, which I think we have done this year as well, that has made a huge difference too.
Yes. Sorry, having to unmute my. I literally feel like
Just
I'm
don't
on
do
like.
it. Who
No,
cares? You're muted.
here. Can you not like hear yourself? It's so annoying. I
Um,
feel like.
I don't think. No, I can't hear myself anymore.
Wait, that's so weird. Okay, well,
I
I'm done
can't.
being on my little radio show then.
I think I was like spiritually in your room or something earlier.
I wouldn't be mad about it. You know what? I'm leaving all this in. Y'all can hear our
You know
outro.
what? Hell yeah.
You know what? Hell yeah. But yes, and it goes into literally everything, like you said, framing your mind, but then also like it's not even just social media that we're talking about. Like it's literally life. It's everything. It's like you said, slower workouts, just slower, intentional things that we're doing. I know I keep joking about like being a coastal grandma with all of my like little grandma hobbies, but like I a year ago bought all of the flower bed stuff. It's been sitting in my garage and I missed it last year because it got to be too late in the year. But like now I'm like, oh my God, I had like a whole plan. I was ready. Like I had time. Like it's just so weird to me to like have time for hobbies.
Which is
because
crazy to think about, Lex. Like, you have a full-time job now, and you have
I
like social
know.
media clients and the podcast. So the fact that like
I
you
know.
have that, and you used to have like a full, like only doing social media client stuff and never having the time, and now the fact that you have this like work-life balance,
It's weird.
even
It's like
having a
so
full-time
weird.
job is like unheard of, because I feel like so many people say
I
when you get
know.
like a corporate role, like you won't have the time and you don't have as much
Mhm.
flexibility as having like your own business. But it's not true. Like, obviously when you have your own business, you have to work 10 times harder and like
Right.
just be constantly hustling. So I think it's just, that's such a big part of it too for you, and just being able to finally do the things you've been like putting off or wanting to do
Mhm.
because you didn't have that time because you were always hustling. It's
Mhm.
like so nice, the fact that you get that freedom and
Yeah, it's
still
just
have like,
crazy. Yeah, and I mean, I don't take that for granted, and I definitely acknowledge that, and I've said it on here. I know I haven't talked a lot about it recently, but I do acknowledge that this is like a very like unicorn job situation. I feel like not a lot of people can say that about a full-time
yeah,
job. It's for a lot of different reasons. I mean, it's 99% them just being great, but
yeah,
it's also like very much putting into perspective for me. Like, I'm a very calendar oriented person. Everything gets written down, it goes in the schedule. Like, I know what I'm spending time on. However, when I use my Google Calendar, I delete things as they happen, which I feel
yeah,
like is kind of psychotic, because I feel like some people like to look back and be like, oh, well, I did that and I did this. And I have to do it because even if it's in the past, like still seeing all of the stuff just makes me feel like
me
overwhelmed.
too.
So I
I
have to
have to delete it. But
I
then it
have
sucks
to.
when you have to go back and be like, wait,
I'm
what
like,
was
well,
I
fuck,
doing
when did
that?
I do this? Yeah.
Yeah. When was my last nail appointment? I'm like,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't even
literally.
know.
Oh, I always have to use my camera roll for that. I'm like, I always know I take a picture the day that I do my nails. So I'm like, that's how I keep track of when I did them.
That's smart.
So I like now it's just very much being put into perspective for me, like how much more than a 40-hour work week I was doing. Like, because I'm able to like
Mm-hmm.
do this work week, do my client work, do other things, do this. I'm like, where was I? Like where did I like have time to shower or to, like
No, literally,
eat? Like,
it's
I
insane.
literally don't know. And it's just so weird. It's so
Mm-hmm.
weird. But yeah, I definitely don't take that for granted, and obviously acknowledge that it's not as simple to say just go out and get a job where you can just do whatever you want all day, which is
Right.
not what I do, but where they allow you to be super flexible with your time. I know that that's not a plethora of them available out there, which is
Yeah.
why I do not take it for granted, but it is just so weird to me. Like, it's just visually showing me, like, I think how much time I was actually spending, like, when I had 5 to 10 clients, like, the amount of
Yeah.
time that went into that is literally twice as much as a full time job. Like, it's just
Yeah.
crazy to see it, like, literally listed out.
Yeah.
So that's been weird because I'm like, I thought I didn't have time before. And then everything happened with Travis, and I was like, well, clearly I had time because I'm like finding time to do all of this and not be working. You know what I mean? But now I'm like, I really don't think, like, I think I was literally working like all the time.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. You were. I mean, I remember having 6 clients, like,
Mm-hmm.
and even having like Gabby to help me, it was still like
So much.
60-hour work weeks.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're all your clients, you have content shoots for them, because when you do have content shoots, like if you go once or twice a month, even, that's like an entire day that you dedicate just for that.
Mm-hmm.
And like the amount of content, and I mean, social media managers know how much goes into even managing one account, never mind doing multiple platforms and multiple different brand voices and strategies. And it is like, it's
A
very time
lot.
consuming and it's a lot. And I never want to go back to having like 6 clients because it's exhausting
Mm-hmm.
and you get so burnt out from social media. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just, yeah, it's a lot. And I just can't believe we both used to
I know.
do that. I mean, we built up our business, which like that's what it takes. And
Mm-hmm.
glad we did that in our 20s instead of like starting
Starting
now.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, by all means, start now. I
Yeah.
literally just started a new job in a new industry at 31. Like, it's never too late.
No.
I think I'm just glad that I did
Hustle part of it.
the 24-hour work days
Yeah.
in
No,
a
I
long
just
time
mean
ago.
in terms of age. I don't mean
Right,
like
right.
in today's world. Like
I
by
don't
all
think I could
means,
start
there's
over
no
right now.
I don't think I could either. I'm like, and
I
I'm
don't
only
think I could.
27, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I was like 22, and just like that's when you hustle and you grind and you have the energy and like
Yeah. Oh
go
no,
for it.
now it's
But
like
also at the end of the day, I'm like, it doesn't matter like what age you are. Like if you want something, go for it. I'm just like, for me
I'm tired.
personally, I am tired.
I
I'm
don't want this anymore.
exhausted. Like,
No,
oh
and
my
I think
God.
like, and that's not to say that like in the future I wouldn't be like open to doing like more or different things. And I think the same for you too. I couldn't imagine right now going back to what I was doing. And that's not to say that I don't think like what we were doing was like bad or anything. It was a great experience. I'm glad I did it. And now I'm happy to be starting new chapters. And if I could go back, I would still do it all. Well, maybe not the exact same way, but
Mhm.
I'd maybe start my taxes a little sooner.
No, literally.
But yeah.
Yeah, I just think you're always gonna have seasons and of like, I really want to do this thing and I really want to do that thing. And like you can do multiple things. And I think so many people want to sway you to just like commit to one thing and do one thing. And it
Mhm.
doesn't mean because you have multiple hobbies or like multiple jobs that you're not good at each of those jobs just because you're not like in it full time.
Doing
Like
any of them
I
full,
used
yeah.
to believe that like, oh, I have to be like just a social media manager. I have to work with just one client or just do this one thing and get really really good at it, because if you're like putting your eggs in a bunch of different baskets, like you're never going to get good at one thing. And I just think that's so not true. I think you can be good at multiple things, and we are living proof of it. I mean, at least I like to think we are good at multiple things.
I
Like,
think we
don't
are.
tell me if I'm not, but like
5-star ratings only, please.
literally. But yeah, this year I became like a spray tan artist part-time professionally, and I wouldn't be able to do that if I still had 6 clients. Like I'm working 4 to 5 days a week there and making my own schedule. And again, like I also don't take that for granted, the fact that I have a
Mhm.
company I can work for that like lets me make my own schedule, lets me do all these other things, and I'm making great money still, and it's something that's like really rewarding and
Mhm.
fun for me. And then like us doing balloons and having like a few weekends where we do like balloon installs and being creative with our hands. Like we always talk about just like doing things that aren't just
Mhm.
technically work. Like, yes, we're doing a service, but I just like don't really look at, I don't know, like even balloon installs or like spray tans as work. I'm like, this is fun.
Mhm.
Like this is
I
just
know. And like
fun.
even like I'm like when I have an install next week and I was like putting it on my calendar and I'm like, oh man, this sucks that it's taking up like this huge chunk of time during my workday, but like this is so fun. Like I'm so
Yeah.
excited to go do this. So
Yeah, it's like just find things that are exciting and light you up, and
and
you
they
can
don't
do
have to be
multiple things.
money. Like they don't
No.
like we do balloons obviously like part-time business. I mean,
Mhm.
it doesn't always have to be money. My new gardening hobby isn't making me shit.
Mhm.
Well, it will be when I start selling $5 wildflower bundles, but
Um
I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
little flower
I'm just
truck.
kidding. No, literally. No, I want to do that.
But yeah, clearly we have multiple things we are passionate about. We are Renaissance women. That's what we are.
Literally. We would have been burned
And
at the stake, honestly.
literally, they'd be like, "Witch."
They'd be like, you guys are
I
schizophrenic.
just
You
will
have
know. I
something
don't. I've always in my life, like ever since I was 14, had multiple jobs and multiple
Mm-hmm.
things. And I don't know if it's like from that or just because I am a creative and like you're a creative and we just love to do
Mm-hmm.
like keep ourselves
Stuff.
entertained, because I feel like I get bored with things. I always need to like do different things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Same.
if we were still hustling, I don't feel like we would be able to do these things. I wouldn't be able to do balloons and be a spray tan artist and like
Mm-hmm.
podcasting, all these things. Like it wouldn't be possible. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just you have to just figure out what is going to be realistic and like sit down with yourself that, yeah, maybe you may be making less money, but are you going to be happier? Because
Mhm.
that's how I feel. I'm like, my income literally like got cut in half, and
Same.
I'm just like so much more happier. I
Mhm.
mean, do I miss that income? Of course, but I don't
Right. Do I
miss
miss like my extra
the,
Amazon orders? Yeah. But like
yeah, I'm
at
like,
the
I
end of
don't
the
miss my
day,
HRV and my stress levels that my aura ring was telling me. Like, I don't miss that aspect of it, not sleeping and
right.
being awake until working until 11 p.m. And like, I just don't miss that part of it. So
Mhm.
obviously, there's always going to be like things you have to give up and sacrifices. And sometimes I know it's not realistic to, have your income cut in half. Like, I was very much stressing for a while, but then I
Same.
started doing spray tans and like that started to pick up for me and balloons started to pick up for me. So now I feel like I'm making that back.
Mhm.
So it's just like finding other ways that are going to actually like excite you and not stress you out, but still give you that financial
Mhm.
stability.
Well, I think we talked about this a little bit a few episodes ago. Like I every once in a while am so tempted to go ask the bar down the street if I can come bartend on Friday nights.
Uh-huh.
And I used to look at somebody who did something like that as like, oh, well, why does your business not make you enough money? Like, why
Yeah.
is your full-time job not enough? And now I'm like, no, you're actually like the smartest person to do something like that. Like if you can be content and happy with where you are, maybe need something like 1 or 2 days on the side, like I think that's more successful than running yourself into the ground working 80
Hmm.
hours a week just to make that same income when you could go do like serving, bartending, spray tans, babysitting, literally like any
Hmm.
sort of extra nights and weekends income. Like I used to think, not like recently, but like I definitely used to think people who had to do any sort of like multiple anything on the side of their business was like, oh, well, then you're clearly like not doing a good enough job. And now I'm like, oh no, like they probably were just guaranteeing that $500 from bartending on Friday nights so that the rest of their week could be about their business. Like it
Hmm.
just makes so much more sense
Yeah, in this
than you
economy,
think.
you have to. Like, you literally have to have multiple streams of income, I feel like, unless you have a really good, secure job and
Hmm.
you don't need that extra income. But let's be real, we all need extra income and to save and like be able to
Hmm.
take trips, and everything's getting so much more expensive, like
Hmm.
weddings and being in weddings and
StreamYard.
yeah, fucking StreamYard, everything. So
Um,
I feel,
our internet bill just doubled. I called
yeah,
and was like, hello. And they were like, oh, you were in a 2-year promotional price. And I was like, oh, okay, go ahead and cancel me. Then I'm going to go somewhere else. And they were
no,
like, oh,
literally.
well, we'll just give you back the promotional price. I was like, yeah, that sounds great. Like,
They always do
I
that. They
know.
want to,
I'm like,
they'd
what
rather
the
keep
fuck?
you at that price than
I
leave.
know. I literally think it's that they do it to see who notices
Uh-huh.
because, like, I think some people just have it on like auto pay and like don't
100%.
look. Like, I think they just do it to see who they can get away with it from,
Hmm.
honestly.
Yeah, 100%.
Wasn't gonna be me. I said, why did we go from 90 to 150?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What a
So,
crazy increase.
so I guess not double, but 2/3 double
Yeah,
up.
pretty much. Whatever. We're not
Same thing. Round up with the tax. Okay.
mathematicians. Okay.
Well, and then they gave me a $10 credit because they felt bad. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God, we love
oh,
it. Buy a little movie.
thanks. No, literally. No, that's on Amazon. This
Oh,
is Xfinity. They don't do
oh,
anything fun.
true.
Just brought the bill down to 80 from 90.
Love it. What else?
I don't know. My brain is kind of slow lately. I actually really am. I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday to have my ADHD evaluated.
Okay, great.
Other than that,
Uh,
that's
she
pretty much it.
needs something.
I do. I don't know. And I actually think it has a lot to do with not like full time running a business anymore because before I think it was like, I don't know, maybe it's just like unlearning old habits, but like I'm still very much on my own time with this job,
Hmm.
but there's definitely way more like deadlines than I'm used to. Like working with a client, it's like the only deadline is like content needs to be approved and
Right.
it needs to be posted. With this, it's like not like huge projects, but just like little things that I have to like do every day. And I'm just like slowly learning how to like before, do you know what I mean? Like it'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do this on Tuesday, and it's like,
Yeah.
but it doesn't need to be done until Thursday. So like I'll just do
Right.
it on Wednesday or Thursday. Now it's a little more like I don't have a choice. Like this needs to be done today. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit more like just kind of unlearning my habits of owning a full-time business, of being
Right.
able to like fully do things when I wanted, which
Mm-hmm.
again, it's a small sacrifice to
Right.
make for the pros. And
Yeah.
it's not like huge. It's like literally I have to like check in on something like once a week and like update some clients. So like it's not anything crazy, but it is
Yeah.
definitely just like learning that I can't keep like pushing
Pushing it
things
off.
out, but
Yeah.
I can't tell if I do that because I'm so like lenient with myself after owning a business for so long, or if I do that because I have unmedicated ADHD. So I'm gonna go
I
figure out
definitely
which
do.
one it is.
I think we all do.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like that's just how it is in the world of social media now. Like our
Mhm.
brains are just literally fried, and
Yep.
I feel the same way. I mean, we just talked about it last week too. Like I just am constantly distracted and looking like at the next thing. I'm like, oh, the
Mhm.
dishwasher. Oh, like, but wait, I
Mhm.
had to finish this. And like, if I don't write something down, like it's a lost
Gone.
thought. Like it's gone. I need to set a reminder. Like it's just, yeah, I'm the same way. But I also don't want to like take medicine for that. So I'm like, what is the best way? And I feel like what's working, what's not working, and I work very well like under pressure as well. And I've always been that way, even in school, which I'm
Same.
sure people would be like, yeah, you have ADHD
Right.
or whatever, because it was like always the night before I'm saving
Mhm.
stuff, or like, oh, I don't have to do that yet. I'll do it
Yeah.
at this point. And
Yep.
it's just building discipline to like snap out of that. It's
Mhm.
really hard. But I also think like I have this in front of me and I feel like this is what helps me. I literally got this on Amazon. It's like a weekly thing. It's like a Monday through
Mhm.
Friday. And I use my Google Calendar, but I feel like when it's not just like up there all the time, I'll forget.
Mhm.
So this is in front of me like all day long. And
Mhm.
I just write everything I have to do for the week. And then if something comes up, I just write it down there. And then just checking things off physically, I feel like helps me.
Mhm.
And then there's like a habit tracker on the bottom. So that also helps me keep track of like workouts, walking, like drinking my water, whatever like
Mhm.
habits I want to have. So I feel like that's been helping me a lot, is having like a physical checklist and a digital checklist. So like
Mhm.
it's double the work because I have to like type something into my calendar and also write it on here. But
Oh no,
for
I do the
something in
same
my brain,
thing.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this works. And I need to physically see something, physically check something off, and then digitally see something, digitally check something off. Some
Mhm.
people are maybe not like that. Some people might have the big like calendar and they look at that every day. Maybe
Mhm.
Google Calendar works for you. Maybe like I don't know, like reminders or tasks work for you. It's
Mhm.
whatever is going to work for you. But I feel like for me, because I was noticing that pattern in myself, I'm like, this can't keep happening. And even
Mhm.
like with the phone stuff, I'm like, I'm getting distracted if somebody texts me. Like, we just talked about this last week, but it really is those little changes of like putting my phone on do not disturb. And I've been doing that and I've gotten so much more done. I have so much more,
Welcome.
yeah, like,
Welcome to the dark side. Now never turn
but
it off.
on my do not disturb, I literally have, like, who's allowed to, like
Yeah.
who I'm allowed to see, so, like, obviously you're in there. So, like, we be yapping still, but it's
Everybody
just
else
nice not to
turned
have,
off.
like, so even just, like, a
On
pop-up
your
of me
screen.
seeing
Yeah.
it, I'm like, I'll look and then get distracted. So I'm like,
Mhm.
even just, like, not looking or having something that, like, lights up,
Mhm.
I think just helping slowly my brain to not be constantly like on to the next thing and distracted.
Mhm.
So that's what I feel like has been working for me because for a
Mhm.
really long time, and I'm still working through that. Like I still catch myself being distracted and like
Mhm.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, my routine is perfect and I'm always on
Fuck
time and I'm
no.
always on schedule. Like, no, I literally woke up and had 3 minutes to get out the door this morning to my workout class. Like it was insane.
Listen,
Um,
shit happens.
yeah,
It's
we're
also
always
so
working on
funny.
things. So
It's funny to me like how different like Like, to me, what you just
Anyway.
explained is, and I'm not a doctor, obviously, full disclaimer, this is not medical grade advice, but like, it's funny to me to hear you explain like what to me sounds like a version of ADHD, but then I feel
Yeah.
like my version is totally different because like
Mm-hmm.
mine is more like my brain from the moment that I open my eyes to the moment that I shut it off is going. Like I will be in the middle of doing something and like I can't help my brain to think about like I'm planning out something I need to do in like 3 days. Like it's really I think it's a mix of like overthinking slash like needing to plan everything slash like probably just like regular anxiety, just like
Mm-hmm.
needing to know like where everything is and like where everything's going. But I feel like another part of mine is it takes me a long time to get mentally prepared to do something that shouldn't take me that long to get mentally prepared to
Honestly, yeah,
do.
I feel that too.
Like I'll be like, okay, it's 10:02 right now. I'm going to go do some stuff and at 11 I'm going to sit down and work on this client's content. And then it'll get to be like 10:45 and I'm like, ugh, but like I need a minute to like get ready. Like I'm not
Yeah.
ready to like sit down in that mindset. And like I don't know. I kind of feel like that could be it, but I also feel like it just is like a part of the job. Like it is a big mental task to like get
Mm-hmm.
into character for clients,
Yeah.
but it's like that. Like there was a fucking basket of random stuff sitting on my kitchen counter for, I mean, like probably beginning of March. And that's like just not normally like me. Like I'm a very like, I unpack the second I get home from vacation. Like I'm a psychopath, but like I just for some reason like putting this stuff away in this basket took legit 3 minutes and putting the basket like in a box somewhere took 2 minutes. Like
Mm-hmm.
the total task took 5 minutes, but in my head like I couldn't
Bring
bring
yourself.
myself to
Yeah.
do it until like I was already cleaning the kitchen. Do you know what I mean? Like I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
do a task in the kitchen until I was ready to clean the whole kitchen. Like my brain can't acknowledge or like even with client content like my brain can't be like okay we will do 3 posts right now and we'll do 3 posts later. Like my brain is like no, we are sitting down and we are doing all of this right now because once I'm out of that
Oh
mindset
yeah.
I don't get back in that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like mine's a
But
lot
I
more
also
like
feel all of like I
well and
feel
I
the
also
same
feel
way
all
for
of
all of
yours
that.
yeah.
So
So like
add it to
it
the
is all the
fucking
same.
list because
I
I
just
feel all that too.
I know. I feel like maybe my distractions might be a little lower because I literally just live on do not disturb. And now
Right.
that you're
Yeah.
like dipping
You're
your
used to
toe in
that.
this world, yeah,
Yeah.
like so I feel like I maybe like combated my
Mm-hmm.
distraction issue a little bit, but I also feel like I do kind of, I don't know, like sometimes I'll be like having a snack at my desk and like I'll bring it in the kitchen and be like, okay, I'm gonna like put this in the dishwasher and like, oh, I'm gonna do this, like unload it and then put
Mm-hmm.
the like then I just catch myself kind of like going and then even when I'm doing that, like I'll find myself like if I'm in the kitchen that requires me to go to the living room to finish a task, like put something away or like get something, like as soon as I enter the living room, that task is out of my head and I'm doing
Yeah.
something in the living room. Like
Yeah. Me
I
too.
also cannot be in silence. Like my brain cannot sit in silence. I have a podcast, a music, or a TV show going 24/7, even when I sleep. Like it's probably legit rotting my brain from the inside out. But if I don't, like my brain doesn't shut off unless it has something to focus on. So like I feel like people think I'm crazy when I'm like listening to a podcast or like watching a TV show like while I'm working, but it's like
Yeah.
white noise for my brain. Like my brain can like shut the outside noise off by focusing on this podcast. The other half of my brain can work undistracted.
Yeah. Well, apparently we only use like 15% of our
Yeah,
brain.
like 2%, I think, like mine.
Like the fact that we are only using that much
No,
is
what was that movie? Was it Inception where like you take the pill and it allowed you to use like
yes.
100% of your brain? I
We'll have
literally think
something
I
like
would
that in
be
the
a
future.
world dominator if I had access.
1000%. 1000%.
If I never had to sleep and could use 100% of my brain, it would be over for you bitches.
Oh my god, we would be millionaires, billionaires.
Literally. I would have gone on that fucking space trip with Katy Perry yesterday. Just
Fucking, I
kidding.
can't. Most ridiculous
Wait.
fucking thing in the world.
First of all, the amount of money it took for that. Absurd. Can't
For
even
11
think about
minutes.
the fact that it was 11 minutes. Like I thought they were going for like a month. I'm not kidding. Like I thought this was like a
No, I
journey.
just I truly believe. I'm like, is this like a satire? Is this like I'm literally watching this from District 12.
Do
Like,
you know what song Katy Perry sang as they were coming down
it's
out
a
of court?
wonderful world. Is it? Is it?
Can you just no, the thing about the astronaut thing is
I would
it's
toss her
like
out the window.
okay, can you imagine how annoyed everybody else is with her? Because I don't know Katy Perry, obviously, but I just looking at her, you can tell that she thought she was the main character of this
Oh yeah.
space expedition, and she's like, they're all waiting for me to
You know
sing
what
our
she was
descent
saying
song.
afterwards? She's like, just like realizing how beautiful and like, I'm like, what are you? People are like, what is she even talking about? Like, what is she talking about?
Did you see Jeff Bezos fall getting out of it? He like face planted.
Wait, he went with them?
It was
Because his
so
wife was on it,
weird.
right?
I have no idea. The
Yeah,
only
his
two
his
people.
wife went. I saw a video of them like hugging or whatever.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, no, I literally just saw him face planting as they got out. The only two people that I know for sure went are Katy Perry and Gail King because I saw the video. Did you see
Yeah.
the video of the woman
Yeah.
with Gail King? It's like actually so sad. Like this woman's like, this is my dream to go. Like
Yeah,
I
that
wouldn't be
made me
scared at all. And
like
Gail's
the
like,
fact that like these scientists that are actually like doing the work and would do anything to go, yet we're sending
Katy fucking Perry.
fucking Jeff Bezos's wife, who's a billionaire, and Katy Perry, and it's just like,
And she said she's writing a song about it. Like, I bet you are.
I bet you are.
I bet you are writing a song about going to that Hollywood green
You're
screen
so
studio room. I'm just kidding.
supersonic, wanna be
No, literally. Do you think that's why they picked her? Because of that song?
You're an alien.
Wait, but I know he's canceled, but the Kanye remix of that song is so
Not Kanye again.
Oh my God.
Anyway, yeah, that was a whole lot of fucking bullshit and it pissed
I
me
just
off.
can't, I
And I'm
can't
like, the
believe it.
fact that like our economy is in this state right now and our world is in this state and we are just lottie-dotting sending these billionaires up. I can't.
Dilly-dallying in the
Supposedly going to
atmosphere.
space.
Well, that's what I said. They had a rough trip going to that Hollywood
Allegedly.
studio. I'm just
Allegedly.
kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm not. I'm not kidding. Anyway,
I mean, I'm not, but yeah,
back
that
to the-
was
see, that's
absurd.
where we differ about the brain, like you having to watch something. I can only listen to music if I'm like editing a video or editing content. When it like I don't need sound to it, obviously. If someone's like speaking, then I can't have music playing. I have to be in silence. But otherwise, like if I'm like doing captions, like copywriting, or like I can't have
You have to be in
anything.
silence. Oh my
Because
God,
I'll
that's
just
so
start
weird.
fucking singing and dancing and like get
Well,
distracted and
yeah, so let me specify. I don't really do music. I shouldn't have said music. It really is only podcast or TV shows. Usually, if I'm doing stuff that requires me to walk around my house, it's a podcast because it's on my phone. Usually, if I'm sitting at my desk, it's a TV show because I just have a tiny little tab on my second screen. Like literally, it's so funny. My screens, it's like all the way on the left is my Google Calendar, and then I have my inbox, and then I have my TV show going really tiny, and then on my other screen, it's like my actual work. But oh
yeah,
my
I
God, what
can't.
was I saying?
But I feel like
Oh,
it's like
listening to music. Yeah, it's usually just a TV show or a podcast because I will start. But I've even kind of like stopped listening to music a lot of the time. Like I really am listening to a lot more like podcasts in the car. I don't know. I feel like I've
yeah, I
just
do like a podcast in the car.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's the same if someone's talking to me and I'm trying to text at the same time
Oh,
or
yeah,
I'm trying
no.
to scroll. Like that's what I feel if I'm listening to a podcast while I'm trying to work, then I'm like, what did I even just listen to? Or like,
Mhm.
what did I do here? Because my brain can't do like listen to a podcast and like absorb that information while at the same time like copywriting or something. I don't know why I can't do. I have to fully focus on like if someone's talking to me, like I can't be on my phone and like because I'm not actually listening then. So I'm like I feel like if I'm not actually listening to the podcast or I'm not actually like listening to this video I'm trying to edit or like I don't know. That's how my
No,
brain.
I know what you mean, and I'm the same way with like text. Like if I mean, you saw me trying to fight for my fucking life answering one text message while we recorded last week, but I definitely tune it out. Like it's something that's like white noise for my brain, but I'm definitely not like absorbing it, which is why I'm in like a ton of Patreons for podcasts because I will just play episodes. Like like, thank God it doesn't show people a Patreon like how many times you've played episodes, because like some episodes will legit get played like 4 or 5 times because I just sit there and drag it back to the beginning because I tune it out, but I still just
Yeah.
need it playing.
Oh,
So
so it's
it's
so it's more
usually
like white noise for you. You're not like actually like
no, no, no.
listening to what they're.
No, it's
I mean,
definitely
maybe you're
not.
like you hear a few things and like you can kind of reconcile what they're
I can
talking
like
about.
piece together
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, and I think, and this is like so granular that like it really doesn't matter, but like I think another reason it's kind of easier is because a lot of the stuff that I'll watch or listen to like podcast wise is recapping shows that I watch. So when I'm listening to these episodes, I'm just hearing their commentary about it. Like it's not like they're explaining new concepts or like I
Yeah.
have to learn anything or like retain any information. Like it's literally just me listening to people like kiki
Yeah.
about like this funny show that we watch. So it's not like educational or anything.
Yeah.
TV shows, it's definitely like I'll put on Little People Big World or like random TLC shows and just like have them playing in the background. Like it's not like I'm watching like the new episode of a new show that I'm watching.
Right.
Like as I'm doing this, it's just strictly white noise for my brain. No information is
Makes
being
sense. Yeah.
absorbed. Yeah. But because I know what you like, there's no way if I was like actively
Yeah.
needing to absorb the information that I could write at the same
Right.
time. But it's almost like being, but then I don't know. Cause like when I go to a coffee shop, like I do get so distracted. I think it's the
Yeah.
environment. I think
Yeah.
that's less of the distractions and more of the
Mm-hmm.
environment. But yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry. I know that was so granular that I'm like, this
No.
is the kind of podcast I listen to, so it makes it easier. But it's not like I'm learning anything new. So
Yeah. I
we're
feel like
just
you
kind of
just have to
playing.
find what works for you. Like some people work good with like and there's like Spotify playlists that are supposedly supposed to like make you focused or like um make you work better and I don't know, I haven't really like dabbled into those. I should maybe try those and see or like even like instrumental versions of songs you can listen to. But yeah, there's all different types of way. You have to find what works for you and how you work best and how you're most productive. But I just feel like
Mhm.
eliminating distractions is definitely key for.
As I sit here saying, I have TV shows and podcasts playing while I
Yeah, but that works for you, and that's your like
I know.
white
Well, and
noise.
that's, I'm
But
convinced it's like part of my undiagnosed ADHD that like needs
yeah, for
something
sure,
going.
stimulation.
Yeah. Cause like even when I'm like, it's actually kind of scary. Like if I'm doing something and the podcast I'm listening to ends, like I literally catch myself like a sim, like standing there and I'm like, what was I doing? Like, where am I going? What am I doing? Like, literally, as soon as it ends, like, my brain is like, cannot function. It's like kind of sad.
Yeah,
I'm like an iPad kid, I
yeah, you
think.
are. My God, as a millennial.
No, I'm not an iPad millennial. Actually, though, I kind of feel like
Yeah,
that's a thing.
I mean, yeah, you're living proof, baby. Yeah,
Whoops.
it's tough out here, especially when you have a job in social media or
Mhm.
a digital space. I think it's a lot harder.
It's an
Um,
overstimulating space for sure.
yeah, so be kind to yourself. That's just what's worked for us and what we
Mhm.
have gotten rid of and working for our lifestyle. I don't know, did
Mhm.
we miss anything else? I feel like it's
I think that's about as slow as I can get today. Slow living,
yeah,
slow life.
making a
Live,
little
laugh, love.
schedule, calendar blocking. We always talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Benny is dreaming right now.
Literally, both of the dogs are whining to go outside right now. I'm like, you guys are so loud and obnoxious right now.
Oh my God, he's literally
Oh my
whistling.
God, I can hear him. Wait, Buggy's here.
The buggy? What the buggy doing? I miss you.
He said, could you please take me the fuck outside? But yeah, so we overall encourage you to maybe try living a little slower, living a little more intentionally. We know that's very much easier said than done, but
But if you don't slow down, life's gonna slow you down for you.
It's gonna slow you down for you. You ain't gonna have a choice when it happens.
Yeah, you're gonna have a little wake up call of like, holy shit, I've been just going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let us know if you have any questions. Go meet us on the gram at Socially Unfiltered Pod. We're over there. And we'll see you next week for a little more nostalgia.
Ooh, yeah, next week's gonna be good.
Yeah, can't wait.
Can't wait. We'll see you back here next week. We love you so much.
Stay unfiltered.
Unfiltered. Bye.
Bye.
In case you haven't heard from us enough today, come hang on Instagram at Socially Unfiltered Pod.
Join our group chat to stay updated in between episodes by texting group to 833-459-3349.
Download the Social Media Manager Business Blueprint to start building your business today.
And last but not least, grab your official Socially Unfiltered merch from our Bonfire store.
You can find everything linked in the episode description below or at sociallyunfilteredpod.com.
We'll meet you back here next week, same day, same time. Bye.
Bye.